How you got to Cannes? Was it a train or a plane?
A train across, yeah, the ocean, yeah.
Did you get a train? Did you?
I can't see you.
Sorry, I'm here.
Oh, there you are.
Did you get a train from? I mean, did you fly to Paris and maybe?
I was in New York and I flew commercial here.
Right. I mean,
train.
I mean, obviously you have to travel the world to promote your films. I mean, do you try and make sort of changes?
I try as often as I possibly can to fly commercial. Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you.
That was Leo DiCaprio at the Cannes Film Festival this weekend. He was responding to questions about his sometimes not-so-green lifestyle. Now, when the cameras stopped rolling, the Titanic star was pressed on global warming and offered up the following response. He said, quote, attacks on somebody like Al Gore, for example, I think are misdirected. He said, don't shoot the messenger. You know what I'm saying. If you're going to attack somebody on the way that they conduct their lives, let's talk about the big picture. Let's see what oil companies throughout the world, for example. You know what I'm saying. Joining us now, Executive Director of Greenpeace USA, John Passacantando is with us, and Marlo Lewis is a Senior Fellow at the Competitive Enterprise Institute. John, first of all, I think we ought to rename Leo. We're going to call him Leo the Learjet Liberal, and that fuel that he gets for his private jet flights, I think it comes from the oil companies, doesn't it? I think they're the ones that help produce it. Look, I'm going to be very blunt here. Al Gore in his movie, he has up on the screen how people should walk and ride bikes and take light rail, and just like John Kerry and the presidential candidates and Leo the Learjet Liberal, they all travel around in private jets, and unless and until they get off their private jets, I don't want to hear their lectures. Why should any American want to hear their lectures?
Well, the fact is a lot of Americans do listen to their favorite actors. To me, the larger point, the exciting thing going on here is not only are Hollywood stars speaking out about global warming, you've got today 20 leaders of different religions came forward, different churches, and said global warming is a major threat.
John, I don't want to hear this. I want you to address the issue of hypocrisy. Why should Americans listen to Leo the Learjet Liberal? And by the way, Leo, if you're watching, come on this program, debate your lifestyle and your hypocrisy. Al Gore, come on this program, debate your hypocrisy. Why should any American walk, ride a bike, or take light rail when these guys are flying around the world in private jets? Address the hypocrisy issue, John.
Well, I mean, it's a good question, Sean. All I can say is I choose to live my life one way. You know, a Hollywood star who moves around the world, they're different than you and me, or certainly different than me.
Are they hypocrites?
I don't live that way.
Are they hypocrites?
All I can say is I think they're serving a purpose by carrying this larger story about global warming.
Serving a purpose. Oh, all right. So I guess Marlo, what he's saying here is if their message is liberal enough, it's okay for them to be hypocrites and lecture the rest of us. Isn't that the message Americans ought to take out of this?
Well, I think they are serving a purpose, and the purpose is to demonstrate the impossibility of life without fossil fuels. You have Al Gore scolding us about our fuelish ways when one of his 4 mansions consumes more energy in a month than the average American's house does in a year.
Marlo, it's Alan comes from New York. I just heard Leo DiCaprio say he flies commercial. Where's the hypocrisy?
Well, Hollywood as a whole is renowned for conspicuous consumption as a way of life.
Well, so's the rest of the country.
And I bet that
why...
Leo has taken more flights in private jets than I ever will have in my entire life.
How do you know that?
I'll just bet you that he's flown.
Well, you don't know that because he just said he
flies.
flies commercial. So where's the I don't understand. Where's the hypocrisy? And why do you want to make this about?
The hypocrisy is in this: is that in order to be a successful movie star, you have to use a great amount of fossil fuel. Your lifestyle is very fossil intensive. Think about filming on location.
So no movie star should speak out about being green because they all have to use fossil fuel.
But can I make
what I'm saying is that they shouldn't pretend holier than thou, Alan.
I understand you're attacking Leo DiCaprio. John, let me go to you on this. Rather than debating what we need to do to make this a better, safer planet, we're just trying to blame the messenger, as Leo DiCaprio says, and go after people like Gore or DiCaprio unfairly because he did just say he's commercial, and make that the debate when the debate should be, what do we do from here to make this planet as green as possible? Isn't that what we should be talking about, John?
Well, I think that is the conversation, and if you like to listen to Hollywood stars, listen to DiCaprio. If you like to listen to generals, for example, several weeks ago, retired 3- and 4-star generals and admirals the former chief of staff of the Army, the retired head of the Pacific Command, the retired head of Central Command,
Right.
came out and said global warming is a major threat to national security. So maybe you listen to military leaders.
So
maybe
Marlo
you listen
should,
to religious leaders. Maybe you listen to actors.
Marlo,
Take your pick. They're all talking.
Should we not listen to actors, but only listen to religious leaders and military leaders? Or should we say actors can't speak out, but military and religious leaders can? You want to have that level of hypocrisy?
You're putting those words in my mouth. The issue here is how do we make the world a better place for all people? And Leonardo, in his film, features a Nobel laureate from Kenya who lectures the United States about our conspicuous consumption. In Kenya, the greatest thing that they could do right now to save people's lives and extend people's lives is start using more fossil fuel. That country is mired in energy poverty, and it results in the death of millions of people.
We
Act here in the U.S. too.
thank you both very much for being with us tonight. We check with Greta Van